Oh, it's new equipment day here at the cave. Always fun days when we get to explore some new equipment. Like you, I watch a large amount of YouTube videos. I think that is a thing that I can say that you and I have in common. Whoever you are watching this video right now, you probably watch a fair number of YouTube videos of makers and such. I love watching model builders. I love watching guitar repair people like Woodford Guitars. I love This Old Tony, obviously Click Spring. I really love those channels, and I watch a lot of them of tool repair and restoration. I actually have a plan to resuscitate this Wilton vise and refinish it at some point. And it's inspired by those videos of watching people take apart Wilton vices and repaint them and make them all gorgeous. I will say I'm starting to suspect that some of these channels pre-rust their items. I'm not casting aspersions on anyone specific. I'm just saying, as a person who regularly sifts through bins and finds rusty old crap, some of the stuff I've seen out there looks suspicious to me. That's all I'm gonna say. But a key aspect of all of these channels of the resuscitation is a parts washer. So I did some Amazon reviews, searching and some online forum discussions, and I alighted upon the Torin Big Red Jacks parts washer, and I've got some oil eater degreaser. Oh, did I hold up the wrong side? I've got some oil eater degreaser here. And I've got some dirty old parts to clean up. So it seems like that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna unbox my parts washer. We're gonna fire it up, load it up, test it out. All right. I am not gonna do. Of course, in my head, I hear ABE, gentlemen, welcome to the shop. Yeah, I'm just going to use a simple mat knife, not some overdone cutting tool. Although I appreciate the way ABE opens his boxes, it is not my method. I also have purchased this extra parts washing brush with, it said it had these extra good bristles. Yeah, late at night, you're searching for the thing you want to get. Oh, yeah, here we go. There are a lot of different sizes. Obviously, they make them very big. I tried to choose a size that was going to fit most of the things I did in here. All right. Okay. This fascinating little chunk. So we've got a lift this, and there's the pump. Sure. Yeah. And it looks like it's could be a little tighter. Right. It's a very, very simple machine. Sorry, there is a pump. There is an output. There is a colander. It doesn't look like a colander, but it is. That's it. So, actually, how does this work? If I was going to attach this, what do I do? I guess I could just do it like that. Yeah. Yeah. We'll try that. But first, I'm going to change the camera angle so you can see, and I'm going to put on some gloves because the oil eater degreaser, I don't think it's awesome for my skin. My sensitive skin. Okay, there's this switch. Oh, it's a nice waterproof switch. All right. In general, whenever you have a submersible pump, it's not a good idea to turn it on while it's not submerged. Very frequently, submersible pumps utilize the fluid that they are pumping to keep cool, and you can burn them out by running them dry. Why, Adam, do you happen to express that from hard-earned experience? Yes. All right. Hose clamp. I lost my hose clamp. Okay. If you're not using nut drivers for your hose clamps, you're losing parts of your life you don't need to lose. Seriously. I don't think Heinemann owns a set of nut drivers. He just always did these with a screwdriver. Okay, so I'm going to put this on and I'm going to tighten it down. And I have replaced the factory spec spray nozzle with this parts brush, which I vastly prefer. I'm happy with that. Let's plug this back in. And turn it on once this is done. Yep. Doesn't seem to be leaking or spraying from anywhere specific. Our machine is not leaking. Let's try that cleaning again, shall we? You saw the before. Here comes the after. Oh, I will say it's a much higher flow now that I've done this, so I may want to actually restrict some of that flow, but it doesn't seem to be splashing everywhere, which is good. It certainly seems like the nozzle they had in there was inhibiting the flow. So this is like some kind of pain, isn't it? I don't know. For my money, I'm a little disappointed. I think my third show and tell was not nearly as pretty of a difference as the first two. But there you go. I said that I was going to build a cart for this, and I will, except for the fact that I'm out of plywood. I'm out of any kind of structural plywood. I've used up the last of the 1/2 inch, the 3/4 inch, the 1 inch, and I need to order some more and get it in here because I'm kind of helpless without plywood. But this new parts washer, I'm thrilled. Thank you guys for joining me for this tool tip. Yeah. Until next time, I will see you. Stay safe. Got to turn off the camera with my face. Nope. But before you go, I made a couple more modifications after the end of this video. I've been using this thing a ton, and I'm so happy with it. Here are the modifications I made. When you put a liquid-filled thing on top of a rolling stand, that liquid can slosh, and that's what happened to me. So I used some self-stick neoprene, and I made a gasket around the perimeter of this. And then I made a little cam lock for it to seal it so that when I move this around, it does not splash. If you'll remember, at the beginning of this video, I had liquid leaking out from behind the hinge here onto my workbench, and I thought that the case was leaking, but it was not. However, I don't like overflow happening while I'm using a device like this, so I also added in a little bracket back here of aluminum that holds on to this piece of rubber, and that keeps the liquid from escaping out through that hinge while I'm using it. The last thing I did was I added a flanged pipe over here to be able to stage my brush when I am not using it. And that keeps it out of the way so I can examine the parts that are in the part washer. And I have found it incredibly useful. These are modifications I would recommend to anybody for their parts washer. It just makes it a lot easier to utilize. Okay, that's the official end of the video. Thank you guys. I will see you next time. Do you, like I, have trouble getting your gloves off? Well, reader, you can try this new method. A little bit of compressed air. All your gloves come off easily. Be careful around your skin with compressed air. You don't want subdermal injection of air. These things look safe and are, but they can be dangerous in some unique ways, so be careful. Thanks.